there is apple pie, and then there is cinnamon roll apple pie. I'm Tess, and today I'm going to show you how to make this delicious apple pie out of canned cinnamon rolls. Stay tuned. Today I'm using Granny Smith apples, but you can use another baking apple like Cortland, Macintosh, or Honeycrisp. You want to choose a nice firm apple, and they are all different in their level of sweetness. I have 7 medium-sized apples. You don't have to use this many apples, but we like our apple pies nice and thick. I'm peeling and slicing the apples in about 1/8 of an inch thick slices. The key is to get the pieces uniform so they cook evenly. You may want to put the apples in some cold lemon water so they don't get brown, and this will give you enough time to get everything else ready. And just a reminder that you'll be able to find this recipe, the list of ingredients, and much more in the Show More section below. If you have a chance, please check it out. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. To the apples, I'm adding in some sugar and cinnamon. I'm using Saigon cinnamon, and this happens to be my favorite for baking. These next 2 ingredients are optional, and that is a little allspice and a couple grates of fresh nutmeg. Finally, a couple tablespoons of flour, and giving everything a good toss. These are the cinnamon rolls or buns that I'm using. These are a generic brand from our local store. There are 8 buns in each can, and I'm using 2 cans. And I will be topping the apple pie with the cream cheese provided. For the buns, I'm tossing down a little flour on the counter, a little flour on top of the bun, a little flour on my rolling pin, and flattening out the buns. This probably would be easier with a smaller rolling pin, but this is what I have. You could also use a can or a glass to flatten out the buns. You want to do this to all 16 buns. I have a buttered pie dish, and I'm lining the bottom with the rolls until covered. In goes all the apples, and spread them out as evenly as you can. You can put a couple dabs of butter on top if you wish. Top the pie with the rest of the cinnamon rolls. I'm covering the pie with some aluminum foil and baking at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. You want to do this so the top does not get too brown, and you want the apples to cook all the way through. After 30 minutes, I'm removing the foil, turning the pie 180 degrees in the oven, and baking for an additional 25 to 30 minutes. You can test the apple doneness by sticking in a small knife to see if the apples are tender. The house smells wonderful, and the next part is the hard part, waiting until the pie is completely cool. After the pie is room temperature, you can decorate the top with the cream cheese. There's no right or wrong here, just squeezing on so everybody gets their fair share. Using the cinnamon rolls is such a nice change to pie crust. I love all the cinnamon, texture, flavor, and the addition of the cream cheese on top. Our local store sometimes has these canned cinnamon buns on sale, and it ends up being cheaper than a pre-made pie crust. Also, if you don't have the time to make your own pie crust, this is a great alternative. This delicious apple pie didn't last very long, served with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Oh my! I hope you give this cinnamon roll apple pie a try, and enjoy. If you like this cinnamon roll apple pie recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell next to the subscribe to make sure that you get my future video recipes. You can also find me on Facebook and at my website. Feel free to share this recipe and my channel with your friends and family. Until next time, much love.